Amy Slaton faced intense pressure from TLC as filming schedules grew more demanding. The network's demands often conflicted with her personal boundaries. She loved her role on 1000 LB Sisters, but began feeling trapped. The constant filming affected her mental health. Amy realized she could no longer compromise her well-being. The decision to withdraw from Season 8 was not made lightly. Sources say she attempted to negotiate with TLC beforehand. The network reportedly refused to modify her contract terms. When Amy announced her withdrawal, the network imposed a $100,000 fine. Fans on social media were shocked by the news. Some praised her bravery for putting health above fame. Others criticized her for not honoring her contract. Amy's relationship with Tammy complicated the situation. Tammy had to decide whether to continue filming alone. The conflict placed strain on the sisters' relationship. Amy's withdrawal sparked debates about reality TV ethics. Critics questioned how far networks should push their stars. TLC has historically maintained strict control over production. Contracts often include clauses about personal behavior and social media. Amy's case highlighted the pressure performers face behind the scenes. The $100,000 penalty served as a warning to other reality stars. Amy's fans rallied online using hashtags like #StandWithAmy. Legal experts speculated on her ability to challenge the fine. Many agreed that her health concerns justified her decision. Amy had faced medical challenges related to her weight. She had undergone bariatric surgery and other procedures. Filming long hours exacerbated her physical issues. Travel and schedules added additional stress. Emotional strain was also a factor in her decision. Amy sought to protect her mental well-being first. She hired a lawyer to review her contract carefully. The goal was to negotiate or reduce the fine. Authorities are believed to be comparing bank transactions, phone records, digital data, and every possible witness statement to determine whether Amy had any involvement in distribution or higher-level possession. And investigators suspect that more arrests could follow if her communications or contacts point to a wider circle of people. Prosecutors may pursue the harshest possible charges because her previous conviction sharply increases the severity of how the law interprets a second offense, and judges often view repeat arrests as a pattern of behavior rather than isolated mistakes, making pleas for rehabilitation far less persuasive. The most heartbreaking part of this situation is that everything Amy once fought so hard to build, her financial stability, her reputation, her independence, and her fragile emotional recovery, now hangs in the balance, with years of progress threatened by a single legal catastrophe that could redefine her future. Online reactions have exploded across Facebook, Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube, with creators rapidly posting timelines, breakdowns, and analysis videos, while some viewers demand that TLC cut ties with her permanently. A smaller group expresses sympathy, arguing that years of public humiliation, mocking comments, and mental health struggles may have contributed to destructive decision-making. The mood surrounding Amy Slaton is now a painful mix of shock, anger, disappointment, and grief, as the reality star once praised for her transformation now faces allegations capable of undoing everything she accomplished. Given that she previously served jail time and paid a $30,000 fine, this alleged second arrest could completely change her life, and according to insiders, the police raid was not impulsive, but the result of weeks or even months of gathering surveillance data, tracking unusual activity, collecting neighborhood complaints, and analyzing anonymous tips that collectively convinced them something serious was happening in C. In a stunning turn of events, the reality TV world has been shaken by reports that TLC has fined 1,000-pound Sisters star Amy Slaton $100,000 for refusing to film Season 8. A decision that insiders claim left executives furious, fans shocked, and the entire industry buzzing with speculation as whispers from behind the scenes paint a picture of rising tension, emotional strain, and a breaking point that Amy could no longer ignore, sparking an explosive conflict between the beloved star and the network that helped make her a household name. From the beginning, Amy's journey on 1,000-pound Sisters captivated millions with her honesty, vulnerability, and determination to rebuild her health alongside her sister Tammy, documenting weight loss struggles, surgeries, triumphs, setbacks, and deeply personal moments that earned her a devoted global fan base. But behind the camera, the pressure had quietly been building as filming schedules intensified, creative direction clashed with Amy's comfort, and producers pushed for increasingly personal footage that she no longer felt willing or able to share, ultimately causing her to feel, as insiders say, like she was losing control of her own life as every emotion, every health scare, and every relationship strain was packaged into entertainment. According to sources, Amy reached her limit when the network refused to ease filming demands or adjust the terms of her contract, leading her to make the shocking and nearly unprecedented decision to withdraw from Season 8 entirely. A move that reportedly blindsided TLC executives who had expected full compliance and instead responded with an immediate $100,000 penalty meant to enforce the contract and send a message to any other stars considering similar resistance. The news ignited social media instantly as fans expressed outrage, sympathy, confusion, and fierce debate, with many applauding Amy for prioritizing her mental and physical health, while others argued she should honor her agreement. Fans may recall the countless scenes where Tammy exploded at her family or Amy broke down crying as she felt overwhelmed, but what many viewers never knew was that much of this chaos was allegedly manufactured for the sake of television drama, with insiders claiming that producers intentionally delayed meals, extended waiting times before appointments, or engineered high-stress situations specifically to provoke Tammy into losing her temper because they knew those moments would go viral. According to one insider, they knew exactly what they were doing, and they needed her to snap because that's what made the show addictive. And this manipulation not only fueled the show's most dramatic episodes, but also deeply affected Tammy's emotional state as she felt trapped in a cycle where her worst moments became entertainment. Meanwhile, Amy was facing her own battles, particularly when it came to scenes portraying her as overwhelmed or unstable, which insiders say were often exaggerated for dramatic effect, focusing on messy rooms, difficult moments with her kids, or arguments with Michael that were filmed and edited in a way that highlighted her weaknesses rather than her genuine attempts to be a good mother. This pattern of manipulation became even harder to bear when the now infamous $50,000 payment dispute emerged, which, according to reports, became the final breaking point for both sisters at the end of Season 7, leaving them feeling humiliated, trapped, and exploited, especially when TLC allegedly reminded them that their contracts did not allow them to walk away. Amy's struggle as a mother became one of the most heartbreaking aspects of the situation, as she tried to balance caring for her sons, Gage and Glenn, with the intense filming schedule of reality TV. Yet insiders claim that TLC did not care about her emotional or parental challenges and instead pushed to use them as content, filming extremely private moments that made Amy feel like she could not escape. According to sources, family funds were distributed to favor Amy and Tammy. Misty was frequently excluded from these financial distributions. These funds included earnings from previous seasons. Social media earnings were also controlled by her sisters. Product sales contributed to the financial disparity. Insiders claim the pattern of exclusion is intentional. Misty's exclusion is not only about money. It is also about control and influence. Amy and Tammy act as gatekeepers of the family narrative. They also regulate access to financial opportunities. Misty reportedly had to negotiate for every project. She frequently requested permission for her work. Often, she received significantly less than what she deserved. This financial exclusion caused emotional distress. People close to Misty say she feels hurt. Her loyalty and hard work were consistently disregarded. Misty stayed in the background for years. Her contributions were undervalued and unrecognized. She watched her sisters earn praise and money. The betrayal she experienced was continuous and real. There was a huge gap between public perception and reality. Viewers assume every family member benefits equally. Misty's experience proves otherwise. Her role was intentionally downplayed on the show. Amy and Tammy were portrayed as the family's faces. Insiders say the truth is far more unsettling. Misty was excluded from social media sponsorships. She was left out of business alliances. Retail sales opportunities were denied to her. Her exclusion reflects a history of favoritism. Financial manipulation kept her in an inferior position. Misty remained silent for years to avoid conflict. Speaking up could have jeopardized her restricted access. Reports indicate her silence was a survival tactic. Her patience was necessary in a biased system. Friends say her decision to speak marks a turning point. She may are. According to one of the most explosive and disturbing behind-the-scenes accounts, Tammy Slaton came terrifyingly close to losing her life one night when her oxygen levels dropped so dangerously low that she could barely remain conscious. The cameras were not rolling at the time, something insiders say TLC later tried to hide, because the network knew that showing such a severe emergency, while production wasn't paying attention, would make them look careless and irresponsible. Chris was reportedly the one who realized just how dire the situation had become. While producers debated whether the moment was too real or not clean enough for TV, Chris immediately called for emergency help and stayed with Tammy through every frightening second of the night. According to those close to the family, Tammy would not have survived without Chris's quick thinking, yet when the episode aired, viewers saw only a watered-down, softened version of her struggle. What fans witnessed on screen was not even close to the life-or-death panic that unfolded off-camera. Amy Slaton faced her own brutal and exhausting journey, one far more painful than the cheerful storyline TLC presented. Fans celebrated when Amy's dream of becoming a mother came true, but the darker moments, the terrifying complications, the emotional breakdowns, the fainting spells, and the panic that nearly derailed her pregnancy were either edited heavily or removed entirely. According to insiders, TLC deliberately downplayed the seriousness of Amy's health issues because they wanted to keep